card was the big race of the day at Wetherby, the Rowland Meyrick Handicap Chase, 3 miles and 1 furlong. 10 runners went to post. My Will was the 11-4 favourite ahead of Trucker's Tavern, who was sent off at 9-2.
They're off for the Skybet.com Rowland Meyrick Handicap Chase, a Grade 3 contest. It's race 20 in the order of merit, and the 10-strong field head off on the long run to the first of the 18 fences, and with a few confirmed pace setters in the race, there appears to be a strong gallop early, and it's the Grey Abbey who races on the inside of Trucker's Tavern, and out wide the red cap of Forest Gunner. And these three going hammer and tongs as they go down the hill and take the turn towards the back straight. They race on by 2 or 3 lengths to St Matthew in the orange jackets, chasing them in 4th. And then Joe's Edge, grey jacket, sitting in 5th place, just ahead of the Therealbandit in the cheap pieces. Yellow jacket of Take the Stand is about 7 or 8 lengths off this brisk early pace, followed further back by My Will in the red sleeves and cap. And Malek races out wide of Baron Windrush as they close in on the first. Rise at it now, and Grey Abbey reached for it and almost over-jumped, rather landed on top of the fence. Quickly recovered though, and still races up the front with Trucker's Tavern and Forest Gunner on the far side. Now an open ditch, Trucker's Tavern in front, jumping well. Watching the rest get over it safely. The last 2 to land were Baron Windrush and Malek, and now to the water for the first time in the race. Trucker's Tavern, last year's winner, forcing the pace, moves on by 2, maybe 3 lengths here to Grey Abbey, and then the big white face of Forest Gunner. St Matthew in the orange and black jacket is racing in 4th place in these still early stages. They've completed about half a mile. The Therealbandit took fence 4 in about 5th position, just ahead of Joe's Edge, and then follows My Will from Take the Stand, Baron Windrush, and last year's runner-up Malek is at the back of the field and a little detached. Last on the far side, fence 5. Trucker's Tavern by only a length on landing there. Grey Abbey applying a bit of pressure to this leader and ranging up sides as they head now to the turn out of the far straight. So Grey Abbey puts his white head back in front here from Trucker's Tavern, and the leading pair have raced on now by about 5 lengths to St Matthew, who's edged up into 3rd. Forest Gunner has been reined back by Peter Buchanan, settling off this forcing early pace in 4th position, just ahead of the Therealbandit, and then Joe's Edge, who's out wide. 3 wide Baron Windrush, 1 off the fence My Will, and right down at the rail in the yellow jacket Take the Stand, and then a 4-length break to Malek, who turns down the straight last of all. Shaping up for the second of the ditches then, fence 6 looms large, and Grey Abbey leads up to Trucker's Tavern. They're still clear of the chasers, they rise at the ditch, and both jump it well. St Matthew over in 3rd, about 6 lengths away, and then Joe's Edge. Forest Gunner gets a shake of the reins towards the right, the Therealbandit, followed by Take the Stand. My Will patiently ridden, red sleeves and cap, followed by Baron Windrush, and then a break back to Malek as they take the next up the straight. And both the leaders, Grey Abbey and Trucker's Tavern, gotten a bit close and parted the birch. Malek increasingly remote at the back of the field, not going the gallop as they shape up for the 8th. Trucker's Tavern and Grey Abbey as one, 5 lengths clear to St Matthew in 3rd. The Therealbandit now disputing 4th with Take the Stand a bit closer. They're tracked by My Will and Joe's Edge, and then Baron Windrush. Forest Gunner getting 1 or 2 liveners has dropped back through the field, last of the main group. Only the detached Malek behind him as they take fence 9. It'll be for real next time, and it's going to be Grey Abbey who leads Trucker's Tavern past the packed Wetherby enclosures in the Skybet.com Rowland Meyrick, and Grey Abbey by a length to Trucker's Tavern, running through halfway. 5 lengths then to St Matthew. The Therealbandit in 4th and Take the Stand is in 5. Then follows My Will from Baron Windrush, and then a 4-length break opening up to Joe's Edge, just struggling to go the pace. Then the driven along Forest Gunner looking laboured, and Malek continuing in rear as they make the run down the side of the course. Trucker's Tavern and Grey Abbey have been forcing the issue from the outset, and they're still 4 or 5 lengths up on the chasing group of 5, which is headed by St Matthew from Take the Stand, who continues to edge closer on the outside of the Therealbandit. Very patiently ridden, about 6th position at this stage is My Will on the outside of Baron Windrush. Then there's a 5-length break to Joe's Edge and a widening margin to Forest Gunner, who looks like pulling up and is about to be passed by Malek. So down the back straight for the final time, and moving on swiftly to fence number 10. Grey Abbey and Trucker's Tavern, but they're only 2 lengths clear now of the chasers, who are closing right up to them. Here's the 10th. Grey Abbey, big and bold, jumps well, and My Will a mistake, and St Matthew is down. St Matthew has gone when lying close up on the outside, and My Will, having blundered his way over the 10th, gets 1 or 2 stern reminders, and Grey Abbey leads at the 11th, another open ditch from Trucker's Tavern. The green sleeves then of the Therealbandit Take the Stand close up on the outside, back of the field pulling up Forest Gunner and likewise Malek, and one by one they're beginning to drop out here. Trucker's Tavern and Grey Abbey were together over the water, closely attended by Take the Stand and the Therealbandit. My Will's pulled to the outside to get a better view of the fences, and then Baron Windrush and their Grey Abbey sent the Birch flying. Joe's Edge is continuing, but is 6 lengths adrift, and Old Grey Abbey gets 1 or 2 liveners as now Trucker's Tavern leads up as they approach the last on the far side, 5 out. Trucker's Tavern, but Take the Stand has come there going strongly. Out wide My Will, the Real Bandit and Grey Abbey still in there pitching, and then a 4-length break to Baron Windrush and a wider margin to Joe's Edge as they head to the turn, which brings them out of the back straight. 3/4 of a mile to travel, and 4 more left to jump in the skybet.com Rowland Meyrick, and the Real Bandit has come through to lead for Andrew Glassonbury, but is immediately attended by Take the Stand, who continues to catch the eye. Reminders now for Trucker's Tavern in third. My Will makes ground around horses and now takes third place. Grey Abbey seems to be labouring back in fifth, and they're getting away from the rest as they turn on in. It's the Real Bandit who turns down the straight, 2 lengths clear, chased by Take the Stand. My Will is continuing to inch closer to the leading pair. Down to the open ditch, 4 out. The Real Bandit pricks his ears, sees it some way off. A big leap from the Real Bandit, 2 lengths up on Take the Stand. Now push comes to shove for My Will back in third. They're clear of Grey Abbey. Trucker's Tavern is beaten off, so too Baron Windrush, and then a plugging on Joe's Edge, and the Real Bandit leads them to 3 out from Take the Stand, switching to the left. There was 2 lengths between them. My Will blundered again, went back in third. He's now 6 lengths adrift as they move down towards 2 out, and the Real Bandit still in front here, but about to be tackled by Take the Stand. A length and a half between them. They're 10 lengths clear of My Will, who hit it hard back in third, and it's a great scrap between the Real Bandit and Take the Stand as they head down to the 18th and final fence. On the left, Take the Stand. On the right, the Real Bandit. A good jump either way would settle it. The Real Bandit by a length from Take the Stand, who landed in a bit of a heap, and the Real Bandit got away from it quicker. He's taken 2-3 lengths out of Take the Stand, who to his credit is rallying gamely. The Real Bandit is getting weary, and Take the Stand with one final lunge is coming at him, but the Real Bandit and Andrew Glassonbury hold on to win the Rowland Meyrick. It's one for Martin Pipe and David Johnson. The Real Bandit beat Take the Stand with My Will in third, and the only other to complete in fourth will be Joe's Edge.
So just 4 finishes in the Rowland Meyrick. The Real Bandit 9-1 wins from Take the Stand at 6-1, and My Will, the 11-4 favourite, back in third.